Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center overlooking the Toms River, it's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. It is... This is going to be a rough half hour. I feel it already. It is 7:07, 57 degrees, getting up to 58 and raining. And, Tuesday, April 12th. I think it's raining. I don't know. It was raining, an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. Who knows what the heck it's doing now?
Light drizzle.
Alazar?
Alazar.
Okay, so let me explain to you what the issue here is, okay? So Alazar, who is our next guest, all right, I've called him for the last 2 years Nick, all right, at least. Maybe for the last 3 years I've called him Nick, because that's what he goes by for the most part in town. But now he's all grown up and he's Alazar. So I'm going to call him Alazar for this interview. So Alazar, quote, Nick, end quote, Zorojew is our
perfect. That's exactly it.
Is our guest now. And so Alazar works with works for the county currently. But also really is here more importantly because he is a super active member of our Downtown Business Improvement District in a number of capacities. Also is active with a couple of different
Artist Community,
Tom's River Artist Community,
Seaport
Tom's River. Why don't you just talk? So Alazar, why don't you tell everyone what it is you spend your time doing outside of work?
Well, I happen to volunteer for a number of civic organizations locally. And one of those happens to be the Toms River Artist Community, and I believe that's the common ground that we have. That's brought us together, with working together over the summer with a number of different art initiatives. And I believe that's what brings me here today.
Yeah, so that's why you're here today. Okay, yes. So why don't you tell us? So first of all, I think it's a very interesting story for you because you are not an artist.
It's true. Well,
okay. All right. So go ahead. So tell everybody how you got involved in the arts.
I like to tell the group, because I am the president of the Toms River Artist Community, and they say, you're the president of the art community, but you don't produce any art. And I say that's not true, because my art is finance and administration, which is sort of a necessary art in the whole thing to make it happen. And I've been involved with the artist community for the past 3 or 4 years. And when I came on board, they were already an organization that was trying to find their path to nonprofit organization status. And at the time, I was looking to get more involved with the Business Improvement District. And really, my main goal was to try to get more wall murals done in downtown. And it seemed to be a perfect opportunity that the artist community needed help with paperwork, and I needed people to paint wall murals. So 3 years later, and after a lot of different angles we've taken at it and whatnot, we have a number of murals that have gone up, and I can't take credit for any of them, but I've been pushing the idea, and I'm not the only one. I know a lot of other people like the idea from the start, so it's happened, and you obviously were a part of the one last year, and you made it happen, and you did that through the Community Art Projects Committee, which is a subcommittee of the Cultural Committee, which is a subcommittee of the Toms River Business Improvement District, to bring all these resources together and get one done. So that's what brought me here was the interest in murals,
right,
and the hope that if we put a little more color on our streets and a little more vibrancy to it, it would lead to better things in the long run.
All right, but riddle me this, Batman. You are a young guy, right? How old are you?
29 and a half.
29 and a half.
I just had my half birthday.
What are you, like 11? Like, wait, you don't start doing half birthdays at 29.
I just had it. It was
I know,
6th.
but you don't do that. Like, like my
I do.
When you're 12, you say you're 12 and a half because you want to be 13, right? You don't say, okay, anyway, but I'm digressing. So what makes a 29 and a half year old guy want to volunteer like this? It's very unusual, right? So where is this? How is this built into your psyche?
Well, it's for selfish reasons, to be honest.
Okay.
It's because I live here, and it's because I want to enjoy where I live. And I guess a few years ago, after going to college out of town and getting that perspective of looking back and having to defend your state constantly after going to school in the South. Having to defend it and have to really look back at it and say, like, what did I really leave? And I realized how great of a place that I was really from, and all the things that we take advantage of here, take for granted here, we don't realize sometimes until you're away from it. So after being away from it, and after doing grad school in New York City and getting the other end of the spectrum, I knew that like I really enjoyed the balance of this area, and my family's here, and my family's business is here, and we're really rooted here. And I knew that I wanted to raise my family here. So with that, it says like, okay, now obviously we have room for improvement in a lot of ways, and you know that because of all the things that the foundation is doing. That I think we have every resource that we need. We just haven't utilized them in the right way up until now. And don't get me wrong, we're doing a lot of great things already, and there's that. But we know that there's so much more we can do around here.
Right.
So that's part of it, is just trying to improve my environment. And the first route to that was through the Business Improvement District, and that led me to all these other organizations, really.
Right. And so, which organization that you work with are you the most kind of? Are you the most like proud of their progression, like how they've grown?
Believe it or not, it's funny when this question comes up, because
does it come up for you a lot, by the way?
To myself.
Oh, okay.
To say, because I have to prioritize my free time.
Right.
And the free time gets devoted to different organizations.
So just to review, when you're celebrating your half birthday, you spend a lot of time questioning yourself?
When I'm having a cigar and a bourbon, and I sit back on my half birthday and I wonder, that's, before we go any further, can I ask you, I should ask you before the interview.
What?
I've never been on the radio before.
Okay.
And
this is going to be awkward. I feel it already. Go ahead.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, go ahead.
And growing up, I always was led to believe that there is this mythical 7 seconds that exists between everything I say and live.
No, actually,
live
it's not
broadcast.
7 seconds. Actually, as part of my contract, the only way they would take me was with 15 seconds.
It's 15.
Yeah, I have 15 seconds because I'm known by my friends and people that know me to go on these long, obscenity-filled like rants. Yes. And so I get 15 seconds because that should just about be enough to cover it.
So
why?
Zach in there's going to hit the button.
Why? Were you planning on dropping some bombs on us?
Well, I'm just, I can be a little bit more conscious of it if I need to be.
Yeah, don't worry. Listen, the worst thing that happens is you look, the good news for me is that if you say something completely out of line and completely obscenity-laden, then that's probably good for ratings. I mean, it's probably because we would then publicize the heck out of it. We would actually sell the uncut version on like,
there you go.
Yeah, we would probably stream it on on some service. It would be great. It would really sell on the YouTube.
Well, I had to ask.
All right. I'm glad. Okay, so good. So you've done a nice job now.
So I'm allowed to curse.
You've done a nice job though, cutting some time so that we can now carry over that question. Because what I want to know when we get back from break is I want to know what you're most proud of from a progression standpoint. I'd like to know what kind of events you see, because I know you have the inside track of the events that are coming up. See what I did there, by the way? The inside track. Get it? Track. Tom's River Arts Community. So you have the inside track on what's happening coming up this summer. So I'm looking for you to kind of, drop some knowledge on our listeners about what they can look forward to downtown. Is that cool?
Awesome. That's why I'm here.
So
we'll be right back with Alizar Zorojew after the break.
You only need to use your first name. It's like Sinbad.
Yeah, it's cool. Be right back.
The Sean Hannity Show, this afternoon at 3. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin returns next. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Connect with Jeremy, 732-505-1160. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160, 1310, and WOBMAM.com.
Welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin here with Alizar Zorojew. I'm telling you, I'm getting used to it. I can feel it now. It's feeling a little more natural for me.
Roll the tongue.
Yeah, really. It's a nice. It's true though. I think here in Tom's River, you're one of the few Alizars I know.
Same.
So I'm just saying. Okay. So what organization are you the most proud of? Go ahead.
Well, as a matter of fact, the organization I'm most proud of is Ocean County Ambucks, an organization I've talked to you about in the past before, because they do so much with so little. And although they've been quiet for the past few quarters, as a nonprofit might do when you're built of mostly volunteers and you're small like that, that organization I'm most proud of because they fundraise to pair special needs children with physical therapists, and we sponsor them to purchase specially designed bicycles for people that wouldn't normally get to ride a bike, get a chance to ride a bike. But that has very little to do with downtown.
Right.
That organization I'm proud of, like I've told you, because they do so much with so little, and you see the result right away.
Right.
So many of these other organizations that I'm a part of, I'm still proud of, but it's the long game. And we have so many projects that are in the works that sometimes don't always come to fruition.
Right.
And there's different reasons for that, but everything else, you got to plug away and you got to be patient.
Cool. So why don't you give us some of the projects that are going to come to fruition this summer over the next couple months? What do you got?
Awesome. Okay, so let's just talk about Track's biggest event, and I'll come back to this.
Okay.
Is Art in the Park.
Okay.
And that is going to take place on August 20th. It's a Saturday. It's the third Saturday of August. It always is. And we usually have it in Huddy Park, and that's where it's been the last 3 years. But because Huddy Park is going to begin their renovations this summer, we were not able to obtain a permit for it, and we have to move the event. So we are in the process of locking down the fine details and getting it all confirmed to hold the event at the Ocean County parking garage and surrounding property.
Wait, where is that?
That's located between Hadley Ave and Hooper Ave.
Oh, okay.
And Madison, I guess, is like...
Yeah. Oh, okay, by the courthouse.
Precisely.
Okay.
And apparently the Ocean County Historical Society runs their antique fair there every year.
Cool.
Which I've never been to, but all of the artists from the art community go to it every year and represent, and they love the way it runs. So that was our first pick for a location to move the event to. And, we're working with the county, working with the town, and trying to do this for a one-time deal and move it over there for the year and hopefully go back to Huddy.
Are we doing like a judging thing and everything?
I hope so. I know you guys played a great part in it last year.
Are we gonna do that again?
We on our end it's if the Grunners want to, we're in.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. All right, what's next?
Wonderful. Sorry, so that's the end of the summer. That's August. But what you have to look forward to in the spring is a new event that one of our vice president of the group, John Delaney, who is an artist, actually, created an event called the Downtown Art Stroll. And the Art Stroll is a event that's going to be very free-flowing, open enrollment sort of thing. Anyone can be a part of it. You just need to let them know ahead of time. And that's going to take place on May 5th. And the plan is to hold it every first Thursday night of every month throughout the spring and summer. And that's going to be artists set up throughout Main Street, some musicians spread out along the street as well, and to try to bring a little bit of a New York City street vendor vibe to the downtown in the evenings. And I believe that event runs from, it's in the evening. I think it's from 6 to 8. But look out for that May 5th.
I'm looking out. Okay. Oh, got it. Go ahead.
Great. Okay. Right after that, May 7th is a Saturday, and there is an event called Chalk It Up, which is inspired by Art in the Park from our interactive sidewalk chalk we provide for everyone. And what that is a partnership with the Ocean County Health Department, the Toms River Library, and the Township, and the Toms River Artist Community, and a few other local businesses to provide a de-stressing event for people in the area. And it just so happens to be the same day as the SATs. So that's the idea there. And again, it's going to take place at the Ocean County Library and Municipal Courthouse, or Municipal Complex. And just come ready to chalk it up.
Cool.
So that's going to be fun. The next event I want to bring up, which is going to take place.
All right, wait. I'm going to stop you.
Okay.
I'm going to stop you because the music is going to pull you out. So what we have is we have a couple more events that we're going to talk about after the break.
Okay.
Then I'm going to give you your magic wand, and you're going to make something change in the world, okay? Is that cool?
Sounds
and then
good.
we have to get you out of here because you have to get to work,
Great.
and I have to wrap up the show, and we're going to talk to the Blueclaws, the GM of the Blueclaws. It's going to be, the last half hour is really the kick butt portion of this show. So hang out, Alizar, Zorojew, talking Downtown Business Improvement District. Back after the break. Hang out.
Coming up next, the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from Town Square Towers, at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. We're here. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. We have Zorojew,
Better every time.
the artist formerly known as Nick, joining us talking about arts in downtown and what's on the agenda. So we got one left. What do we have?
The Meet the Artist event, which is a regularly scheduled event we just started doing last month, and our first one was held at the Mean Bean restaurant downtown, which is in the former Java Joint space.
Yeah.
Iconic location in downtown
Iconic.
Toms River. That's right. And what that is a chance for our artists to get together and bring some of their art out and critique it with each other in a public forum, which also invites the public to join us and to get a chance to meet the artist. So our next one is tentatively scheduled for April 27th at the Mean Bean. It's a Wednesday.
Cool. So there's so much stuff going on
So much
downtown
stuff.
to drive the arts. We talked about the murals. I know we have this this glass fish mosaic going up.
Yes.
I know we're talking about wrapping traffic boxes and traffic lights and really making it a visually stunning place to be in downtown Toms River.
It's true.
So if you had your magic wand out and you can go make a difference just by whipping it around, what are you going to do, Alizar?
Man, I wouldn't change a thing. Jeremy.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Really?
I wouldn't change a thing. I'd
What a waste of a magic
I'd
wand,
probably
dude.
take-
You totally just took that magic wand, you broke it in two, and you threw it in the trash.
because we're heading in the right direction. We're moving where we need to move.
Wow.
I'd probably get rid of some parking spots downtown. I think
You would get rid of. There's too much parking downtown.
more
isn't
bike
there?
racks, more bike lanes.
I'm glad that you mentioned
get rid of the cars
I do
altogether.
believe there's too much parking downtown. That's a good call. You know what, Alzar? You're a maniac. So why don't you tell people where they could learn more about the Toms River artist community?
Perfect. Yes. I'm going to get in trouble if I don't mention
Yeah.
how to get involved.
Let's make sure how you can get involved.
So the art community is open to anyone who has interest in the arts, has a passion for the arts, wants to be a part of it in downtown or in Toms River in any way. And you can get involved by joining our Facebook group, and through that we will put notifications for when our meetings are, and we host monthly meetings for all of our members. We get everyone up to speed on what's going on with everything. Every month on the second Monday at 7 p.m. at the upstairs boardroom at the Business Improvement District.
Right.
So you can really just show up to 53 Main Street on the second Monday, which would have been last night. We had our meeting then, and get involved and go from there. Otherwise, find us on Facebook, Toms River Artist Community, and just pay attention to that, and that's how you get involved.
Cool. Anything else? How about that? How about you tell us about the? I know you have a couple other organizations. Anyone else you want us to go check out?
Certainly. I have to give a shout out to the Toms River Seaport Society, which is also going to be contributing to the arts. Already has, because they hosted two of the Sewer Johnson statues last year on their grounds. And that's at the corner of Water Street and Hooper Avenue. And it's a great place. You can go any Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday from 10 to 2 and walk around the grounds. You can see a lot of boats that originated from this area or were greatly used in the past here, and there's a lot of history you can pull from that space.
Very cool.
So the hope is that what's in the works right now, because there's a bunch of things in the works that we haven't even mentioned, which hopefully if I ever am allowed to come back, we can talk about.
We'll consider it.
All right. You almost had to use that 15 seconds just now.
No, okay.
The Seaport is in the process of commissioning a local Toms River artist, Jim Huba, to do a outdoor wall mural with a target date of July 1st for unveiling. Cool. So we're hoping for that.
Very cool. Zorojew, filled with information all about downtown Toms River. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
And listen, everybody else who's listening, on the line coming up after the break, we have the general manager of the Lakewood Blueclaws, Chris Taffro. And we're going to give away a 4-pack of tickets. So stay tuned. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin right after this.